Welcome back.
I'm actually more used to sitting here across from you than I am seeing you out in the real world.
I know,
which
it's
is
very strange. Yeah, because we've been lucky enough to run into each other in the real world, but it's been a while. But you actually got to hang out with my son this summer.
Ash.
Yeah, because you and Mary are friends with my in-laws,
Yeah.
and you were at a sporting event that my wife brought my 2-year-old son to.
Pig racing.
Pig racing. This is a true thing.
Yeah, mini pigs, like many pigs in a race. And they even had a trough that had water in it, so they'd race a couple times and then jump in and swim. And the motivation was a plate, of Oreos.
Really?
And
That's how you get a pig to run?
yeah.
And so do they run around a track, a lap?
Once.
Okay.
So it's like, and they're off. Wasn't that great?
So that seems like, and
But let's go back to Ash.
Yeah.
What a wonderful young man.
wonderful young man. And I will tell you, though, he's a wonderful kid and I love him, but he told me about the pig race, and there were almost none of those details. As a 2-year-old, basically all he could tell me was they were pigs.
You want to know why?
Why?
Because he blocked it. Because to be entertaining with such a short race, the guy who had the pigs made up all these horrible names like Bako Bits and Little Bacon Running, and things like that. And I'm sure it just,
Yeah, well, because that's a
horrified him.
real reminder to the children there that these will
gonna
eventually
eat
be
these.
food. Yeah. Hey, and by the way, we're eating all of them, even the winner. Like, nobody can run their way out of their fates here. Yeah.
Oreo-basted pig.
Yeah, if you taste a piece of bacon that it has a little bit of Oreo in it, that was your winner. Yeah, that was your winner. Look, any one of the Emmys is a winner, so I don't want this to be hard on you. But you were nominated for an Emmy. That was a really nice chance.
I almost believe that.
Yeah, so you were at the Emmys.
Yes, I was.
Nominated for your work on The Good Place, as well you should be. How was your Emmy experience?
Well, you're very philosophical and calm and relaxed right up until about 2 minutes before they call your name, or don't.
Yeah.
And for about 5 minutes afterwards, if they don't, where you're busy scrambling to be philosophical, and see whether or not you're believable when you, oh yes, no, that's a great choice. I told you. That kind of stuff. And then we waited for the commercial, to be polite, and they have seat fillers, so no one knows. First off, no one even knows you're there because we're all so self-absorbed.
Right.
It doesn't matter. So we, or at least this one is. So we got up and went to this great restaurant in downtown LA.
So that was it. You were out.
7 o'clock, I was fairly well hammered on a couple of tequilas with Mary. And went home, and we were in bed by 9. Just had the best evening.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I will say it is with the Creative Arts Emmys, which is the week before.
Right.
Our writing staff was nominated, and it was the first award of a 3-hour night. And our writing staff, I wasn't there, but our whole writing staff was there, and they announced it. We lost, and immediately one of the guys.
Sorry.
That's fine. It's fine. Again, I wasn't there. I mean, I wasn't a sucker who actually went. Hey, we are friends.
You know who else the sucker was? Larry David was sitting right in front of me.
Well, that was, I will say, I really enjoyed there, because there was a shot. I was aware you're there because, I'm lucky enough to know you. I'm lucky enough to know Larry a little bit. Did Larry stay? I would assume he would also leave.
I think he had to do a bit.
He did have to do a bit. He had to present.
Right.
Now that's the true sucker.
So he didn't get home until...
Yeah, that is like, so you stay, you lose, and then you still have to do stuff.
When he came up, right before the show started, he goes, he looked at me and went, you and I have a 1 in 100 chance of winning. And I went, that's not true, harboring the thought that I might win.
Yeah.
He was right.
Yeah. You were like, that's not true, Larry. You have a 1 in 100 chance. I want to mention Cheers, and I want to talk more to you after the commercial, but The Good Place had a fantastic season finale at season 2. And there was a wonderful moment And obviously, the creator of the show, Mike Schur, is a huge Cheers fan, as are millions and millions of people. But he put you back behind the bar. Your character got to stand behind the bar. For anyone who's a fan of television, that was it was a real goosebumps moment. Did you feel immediately natural being behind a bar again?
No.
Okay.
No, seriously. It took me a year and a half of playing Cheers, Sam Malone. My voice changed just now. I'm starting to quaver. I'm getting nervous and sick. I never went to bars. I was the guy who I never picked up women, kind of thing. The woman would have to be standing naked in front of me, and I'd go, me? So playing Sam Malone was an anathema to me for the longest time. So going back was all of a sudden I was full of insecurity and just felt horrible.
It did not look horrible,
No.
but I guess
Good
that's
editing.
acting right there. Yeah.
Yeah. No, you can. If you watch the scene, you'll notice that I would try to remember what did I do. I used to watch shot glasses. Yeah, I'll watch, and then I have a towel over my shoulder. Yeah, I'll do the towel thing, and you can see the towel come up and down like 40 times.
It's actually funny. I had never thought about that, but when you said Sam Malone was always washing shot glasses, that seems like. And I don't think anyone on that show ever did a shot.
No, beer.
Beer. Everybody drank beer.
Yeah. I went to bartender school and worked my little butt off to learn how to make drinks. And for the first month of shooting, I was making Manhattans and grasshoppers and all sorts of weird drinks. And then it dawned on me, they didn't give a about. They want their jokes said well and on time, and they're shooting you above your hand, so all you see is this.
And the towel. We all loved the towel. That was so great.